If you get someone like the Prime Minister saying this, people are going to say, hey, we'll leave the money in the bank.
Yeah.
You know, you seem to me to be quite an optimistic person for a banker.
Well, can I just say that Visa actually is a payments company?
Payments.
So for several years now, I've been out of the banking side of things. But look, the way I always look at it, you know, you have to, any business, and I think we have a massive problem in the UK that we are so short term in the way we look at everything. If anybody takes an investment in a company, they want to see quarter on quarter growth. I'm sorry, but if you're investing in a business, you have to expect long-term investment, because it's the long-term investment that generates that growth in a business. And you know what? The new technology companies in the US, they are treated in a completely different way to new technology companies in the UK. Because the investors in the US understand the need for long-term investment. And if you've got a growth business, you have to keep investing in those opportunities.
So why don't we encourage more businesses like Monetize?
It's one of the things actually that the Chartered Management Institute is, we started a parliamentary commission up. So we're working with ministers and we're working with businesses, and what we're trying to do is identify what are the behaviours that are required from leaders who want to invest in the future of their businesses, as opposed to ones who generate short-term profit simply by taking costs out of the business. It's much easier, by the way. I mean, I've been in that situation. Do you go to the board with an investment that says, I am going to invest, you know, 350 million of your money next year in this business, and I'm not sure when the payback is going to be, but I know the opportunity is huge, and I know if I don't do it, I can't continue to grow this business.
Yeah.
Or do you go and just say, I found a way of taking another 50 million out of that business, and actually what it's going to do, of course, that drops straight through to the bottom line, and so the profitability will guaranteed go up 50 million next year.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a totally different mindset. And I said in the US they take a very much longer term view. I think one of the problems we've got, and I'm now going to make myself really popular with every accountant there is in the country, 52% of the FTSE 100 are run by accountants. Okay? And that's gone up from about 30, I think it was 35% in 2008. Now, I love accountants. I've worked with accountants. I want a really good accountant. I'm sure I've always had one working with me. You need people that understand all the financial control. But when it comes to that type of investment I was just talking about, are they the right people who are going to go, I feel passionate enough about this, I think this is such a great opportunity. There are some, I agree. But I have to say, you know, it's quite a staggering figure that 52% of the FTSE 100 are run.
So how can the government persuade companies to get rid of some of that accountancy thinking?
Well, I'm not sure it's the government, actually. I think it is the leaders of businesses.
Yeah.
You know, and the boards of major businesses. And I think because we've been through such a difficult and the austerity period, you know, you want, and companies have wanted a safe pair of hands to run things. I understand that, but unless we break out of that now, you know, we'll never get the growth that's required in this country. There are some fabulous businesses I keep coming across, and the ones that and the leaders that are actually investing and growing businesses, those are the people we should be putting up on the pedestal and going, those people are doing a fantastic job. They're recruiting people, they're getting jobs, you know, they're growing the revenues of the business, and they're investing more for the long-term future. That's what this country needs. And I think that's what politicians have got to start talking about more as well. I don't think they can set the environment, as you said, and if all they keep talking about is austerity, 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 I'm not quite sure how we'll break out of this.
No. Let's talk about the digital economy, because that's where you are now with Monetize, isn't it?
Yes.
Payments.
Yeah.
How do you see the main effect of the digital economy on firms in the future? How is that going to affect them?
It's a massive, massive shift which so many businesses haven't yet kind of realised.